Hi everyone, this is Marianne and welcome to my channel. Now please do not laugh at me or come for me in the comments because I am back with another video about Jinhao 82 translucent fountain pens. Now I know I said I'm not going to buy any more of them, but in my defense, they now come with medium nibs. One before, the only nib options that were available were either fine or extra fine, and as you know, I have been getting them in the fine. This time I got them in the medium nibs. I have here two Jinhao 82 fountain pens. The translucent avocado green is a new color from what I know, and the other color is called soft purple, which is also called blue purple by a different seller. I have been meaning to get the blue purple or the soft purple before, but it goes out of stock quickly. But now I finally have it and with a medium nib. And as with all other of my Jinhao 82 fountain pens, they already come with converters inside. Now let us just have a quick comparison of the translucent avocado green with the translucent ginger and the opaque olive as well as the translucent green. I have videos of the unboxing and inking of these pens, which I will link down below. Now it's time to test the nibs on these two new pens. As usual, I'm going to use Noodler's Atlantic Salmon, which is an ink that I do not like, so I use this to test out unwashed nibs. And it looks like the nib of the avocado is okay. From what I can see, it is really a medium nib and it works just fine, but the nib on the soft purple is much wetter. I do prefer wet writing nibs and wet writing pens because I prefer to see shading in my handwriting. And wet writing nibs also makes shimmer inks look more shimmery, so wetter nibs are preferred or whiter nibs are preferred by me. So I'm going to do the usual fix using a small piece of acetate again, which I showed in a video before. I will link the video in the description box because that one has a demonstration of how to do it and you can see it clearly there. After about 3 minutes, the nib of the pen now writes so much more wetly and I like it. Now I actually do not plan to load these pens right away with ink. My plan really for purchasing them is to take the medium nibs and transfer them to some of the pens that I already have that are writing too finely for my preference. Specifically this opaque pink one with a fine nib. It is loaded with Ferris wheel press Queen Allium, which is a shimmer ink. This other pen, the opaque cream, is loaded with Wearingeul White Rabbit, and I really like the ink, but it's too light and fine that I want to use it with a wider nib. To switch the nibs, you just grip the sides of the nib firmly and then pull it right off. It's very, very easy. I pulled off the nibs on all of the 4 pens and the 2 new ones and the pink and the cream. And then I just cleaned all of the 4 nibs under running water in the bathroom sink, together with the feeds and the converters of the 2 new pens that I just bought, and I wiped everything dry with a piece of tissue. I placed one of the fine nibs on the translucent avocado and the other fine nib on the soft purple, capped the 2 pens, and then put them aside. They will remain uninked for now because I don't know yet what to ink them with. And then I installed each of the new medium nibs into the pink and the cream pens. And as you can see, the ink looks so much better with a medium nib. Light colored inks look better with the wider nibs and the wetter pens, like I said, and there is more pronounced shading that is visible. As for the pink pen, it also wrote much better. Here is a close-up of the comparison of the writing samples. Fast forward to a couple of days after, another order arrived. This was actually already on its way when I received the avocado and the soft purple from the same seller, but these colors were out of stock at the time when I was ordering the first 2 pens. This here is the peacock, which has glitter all over. The brown is called coffee, and it also has glitter all over it. And I also ordered these with the medium nibs. I tested them out the same way. The peacock is writing okay, and so is the coffee, but the coffee is writing much more wetly than the peacock. Again, I'm going to use the same solution with a piece of acetate, but this time I just decided to pull out the nib because I'm going to transfer these medium nibs into the other pens anyway. And then I also pulled out the medium nib from the coffee pen. The nib on this pen writes already wetly, so after running the nib under the water in the sink, and then after cleaning the feed and the converter of the coffee pen, I decided to place the medium nib into this opaque black Jinhao 82 that is inked with Wearingeul Path. And Path is one of my favorite inks at the moment. It is a very shimmery ink and it works okay with a fine nib on the solid pen, solid black pen, but I just wanted to be able to enjoy the ink a little more with the shimmer, so I decided to transfer the medium nib to this one. And with the medium nib, the ink looks really, really good. And by now, that other nib should be okay, the one with the acetate sheet. And I decided to transfer it to this translucent stiffkey blue pen that is inked with Troublemaker Polar Lights, which is another one of my current favorites. This is supposed to be a shimmer ink, but it's not writing at all, as you can see. So I just went ahead and popped the medium nib onto the pen, and the pen writes so much more wetly. Polar Lights is a very dark gray that is almost black, and it's supposed to have a green shimmer. And now it does. I can see it, but it's very, very subtle. I wanted it to show the green shimmer more prominently, but I don't think I am achieving it even with the medium nib. And by the way, all of these inks I am using have already been swatched in separate videos on my channel, and I will link them down below. Okay, so now I am just going to wipe the old fine nibs and then place them into the two new pens. And here, finally, we have a look at the four new Jinhao 82 fountain pens that I have, all of them from the translucent line, all of them purchased with medium nibs, but now all of them have fine nibs, and all of them are inked and will be put aside. Someday I will ink these, of course, but right now I really just don't know what to ink them with. That can be for another video. Thanks for watching. Bye.